everyone, welcome to Walks with Moss. Today we're going fishing. We should be going hiking to make up for my mileage deficit this week because I did not meet my goal, but I'm too tired. So we're going fishing. And we normally don't go fishing this late in the day. The sun is up high. But going fishing is better than just sitting around lamenting because I got up too late because I'm too tired because I was in pain last night. So I took a Xanax so I could sleep. And wow, did I sleep. We're going to a lake where the fish aren't very big, but the bite is usually pretty reliable. So even though it's late in the day, I have high hopes. Let's go do this. We are going to do a little experiment today. It will definitely be non-scientific. The sample size is too small and both of my rods have different size leader, so we don't have a proper control. But we're going to test Power Doe in a spawn sack right here versus Power Eggs with some scent on them. My dad is my fishing guru and he says he's never noticed these scents to make any difference. My cousin Kim, who I fish with a lot and often does better than me, uses this exact scent and says it helps. So we're going to test the two against each other, but this will be completely non-scientific because I have different leader lengths and my sample is too small, which just means we'll have to repeat the experiment over and over and over. Won't that be awful? So the null hypothesis is that this scent doesn't help. Let's see if we can get out there and fail to reject the null hypothesis. Yay! How often do you get to say that in everyday speech? There is a homeowner on this lake who likes to feed the fish. And I don't know if he's doing it in response to me being here, but every time he feeds them, the bite kind of slacks off. So I'm going to stay back a ways here today with both of my lines, so he can't see me. Okay, so line number one, about to go in. This is the Power Doe line. Got a pretty good cast. Okay, I'm going to set this right here. And we will definitely be hiding in the bushes today. And line number two is the Power Egg line with the scent and the super short leader. Here we go, cast number two. Oh, that's a terrible cast. And my line is tangled up down here by my reel. I don't know what this is, but it's a mess. What a mess, oh my gosh. It's like there's some broken line here sticking out. There's broken lines sticking out here. I don't know what that is. That is so weird. Darn it. Alright, I'm going to try casting again with this one. Hopefully we can get a good cast in spite of whatever weirdness is going on with my line. Got a good cast. I don't know what's going... Oh, hell. My line broke. Okay. I've still got my line here, though, so I haven't lost my rig. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Jeez. I don't want to hand reel all this in, so I'll tie a unity knot. This test is not going well. Okay, so here we go. The power dough line has got a bite. And... oh gosh, if I get a bite on this other line that's not tied up... oh shit. And now we've got people. Great. Yes, great. Hi. Hi. Careful, I got a line there that's broken off. I got to tie it back to my other rod.
We're doing a little project that requires...
yeah, I got it's you might get tangled up is all, because my line broke off and I got to re-rig it, but in the meantime I'm getting bites on that line, so I'm having to run back and forth between the two.
Cool.
What's your project? What's your project?
Sort of a long story, but I'm singing in this choir. We're doing a project, it's called Teachings of the Water, and it's Squamish. It's all done in Squamish language, and it's various traditions from the Coast Salish tribes. And so I'm trying to depict sort of the circle of life, and one of the things I was trying to use was concentric rings in water. Since it's teachings of the water.
I see.
But I brought my husband down here so I could drop a couple of pebbles in the water. If we're over here, is that going to bother you?
Where?
Over here.
I guess not. I'm going to try to tie a unity knot to tie this line back together so I can at least reel it in. And in the meantime, we've got some people here stepping over my stuff to go throw pebbles in the lake for some mystical thing they're doing. Oh boy. And I am getting bites on the other line while this is happening. But I really would like to get this line in before... and they're throwing rocks in the water as part of their mystical thing. Okay. So I really want to get this line in before a fish comes and takes it away. And then I'll cut off all this line past the break. And that was not a good unity knot. And this was just terrible, terrible timing for people to arrive. So I'll try a different kind of knot. Okay, I think I got this unity knot good enough that I can at least reel in this mess. And now it's wrapped around my line, my rod. Oh, this... oh, and there is a fish on this line. Okay, so this is the scented line. If I can still cast with this unity knot in, then I won't re-rig my line. There we go, number one. Yay. I'm gonna adjust my camera here just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that's one for the power eggs with the scent. So this study is going to be even more unscientific now that there's people throwing rocks in the water next to the other line. Okay, let's check the other line. Because there was definitely something biting over here before the first one broke. Yep. There's one on this line too. So it's going to be one each. Yeah, this one was on the whole time you were here. I had to tie up my other line. Yeah. Okay. One each.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks. So now we'll put both of them back in and continue anew with our experiment. Okay, so here goes the power dough line back in. Since those people have come and disturbed everything, I don't know if I need to be sly anymore. That was so bizarre. That was just so bizarre. And what timing. But yeah, I was pretty sure I had a fish on both lines there that whole time. Okay, so the power dough line is back in. And now let's see if I can cast in spite of this really terrible unity knot I tied. And hopefully that unity knot doesn't break, because that was not anything even resembling a normal unity knot for me. Okay, both lines are in, and now I hope I can relax. That was really disconcerting having those people arrive like that, and they were stepping right over my stuff to get, I guess there's kind of a trail there. They were just like stepping right over my stuff. That was so annoying. Oh my God. Now, I don't know if I should have put more scent on those eggs before I threw them out after I caught the fish. Oh man, I hope I can calm down after that. The combination of losing my line with potentially having a fish on my line, and then having a bite on my other line, and then people arriving and stepping over my stuff. I'm freaking wound up now. Oh, here we go. Okay, which line is this? I don't know. I don't even know which line this is. But fish on, baby. Fish on. I think this is the dough line. Tighten it up a little bit. Here we go. Number 3. Woohoo! So, which line was this? Now, I like to kill my fish real quick, like that. Okay, this is the scented power egg line. So 2 for the scented power eggs, and 1 for the power dough line. Those people were doing some sort of photography related to circles of life and something to do with the, well, I think I accidentally recorded it all. But anyway, it involved throwing rocks in the lake. Okay, so 2 on the eggs with the scent and 1 on the power dough. And this is actually going too fast. Next fish I catch, I might just reel both in and take a break. And I will put more scent on the eggs now since I've caught 2 fish on them. So a little bit more scent. This stuff is not cheap either. And powered eggs are already scented, so I'm not really understanding the need to put even more scent on them, but okay. All right. Eggs with the very sketchy unity knot back in the lake. Woohoo! Wasn't that a quick 3 fish? We've been here maybe 10 minutes. And then back over to the dough line. It's got a lot of slack in it. I don't think it's got a fish on it though, just a lot of slack. Okay, whew. I honestly hope the bite slows down a little bit because I want to be here a while. I want to be able to sit here long enough to enjoy myself and recover from the intrusion. Of course, this is a public fishing spot. It's not really an intrusion, and if they're indigenous, well, who's intruding? Me, I guess, but still, it was an unwelcome interruption. I guess I should just laugh at it. Yeah, haha. That was funny, right? Yeah, that was funny. Okay, haha. But I'm wound up because I'm out here to avoid people. Okay, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Have some coffee. No time to sit down and have coffee. We've got a bite on the power dough line, and it looks to be hooked. Let's see. Yeah, fish on. Woohoo! Fish on. Man, this place is good. But they are little. But you get to keep 5 of them, so you get a pretty good meal with 5 of these little fish. All right. So we are tied now. And I'm only allowed to have 5 fish, so that means there is going to be a winner and a loser. Come on, fish, of this competition. We are going to have an odd number of fish. There we go. Dead quick. I hate watching fish suffer. So, now if I was fishing with non-scented lures, I could do catch and release until I had my limit. But that's not the goal today. Okay, I might regret it, but I am going to actually reel in both lines and stop and have a cup of coffee. And maybe that means I won't get my limit because the sun is rising, but I need a break from catching all these fish. These fish are stressing me out. Oh, it's actually good I reeled this one in because it's all tangled up, so it wouldn't have been a fair test if it stayed out there like this. Okay, I'm gonna sit down and have a cup of coffee because coffee will calm me down, hopefully. I hope I wasn't too rude to those people. It was just the timing was terrible. They were actually really polite. Even though I didn't really like the way they stepped over my stuff, but hey, at least they stepped over it instead of walking over in front of my pole. And that was cool. They had a cool project. It was just such terrible timing with fish on both lines and one line not attached to my rod. Anyway, I just found this fishing line here. And this is the spot where Bella apparently ate fishing line. So I'm picking up any fishing line I find and hauling it out. I used to do that before, but I'm really going to do it now. And I'm just gonna sit down here and have a cup of coffee and try to calm down. I brought some water from home. So I don't have the attachment to hold my GoPro on, and my car is flashing E. And then it was actually, I guess, a good situation to have 2 fish on at once. I just wish one of my lines hadn't been broken at the time, but it's a good morning. It's a good morning. It's a good morning. I just breathe. There we go. Breathe. And I can relax because both lines are out of the water. So just breathe. Okay. Okay. Calming down. It's coffee time. I'm going to add some cold water to it because I used too much fuel and it boiled for too long. Okay, cheers from the lake. May need to put more power dough on this one when I start out again. Cheers, everyone. And I am not going to show myself on the video today because I don't think I remembered to brush my hair, and I'm not wearing a bra. And this isn't that magical time in the 70s that I missed where women didn't have to wear bras. Gosh, I wish I'd been alive and old enough to wear a bra during that time. Oh well, what can you do? Cheers from the lake, and check out that beautiful Kalmia over there. I'm going to sit here and drink coffee and listen to the birds with my lines out of the water because those fish were interrupting me by jumping on my line. Maybe I should put a rooster tail on so I can do some catch and release. The rules are you can catch and release with a non-scented lure until you have retained your limit. Now, I don't have a non-scented lure on either of these lines, but I might have a rooster tail on me that I could throw in the lake, and as long as I don't put any of that fancy scent on the rooster tail's tail, then I could catch and release all day long. So, yeah, I might just check and see if I have a rooster tail on me. So here's the 4 fish I have on the shore. They're little, but they sure bit quickly. And I'm still on my coffee break, and I can still see fish feeding everywhere. So I'm pretty confident we're going to catch another one. Maybe not quite as quickly, because that would be pretty crazy if they were still biting that strong and that fast. And then when we do, we will have a clear winner. Will it be the power dough? Or will it be the power eggs with the scent on it? Although I have a feeling today these fish would bite anything. Oh, gotta stay back. Don't want that homeowner to see me and start feeding the fish. Okay, let's do this. Let's get both of these lines back in. Going to start with the power eggs. I don't remember when I last put scent on them, so go ahead and put some of this scent on them. It's this stuff right here. I don't think I've even shown it. Let's put a little bit more of this on here. This stuff is $7 a bottle though, so definitely going to use it sparingly. Okay, that's on there. All right, let's cast this one out. Oh, well, now we have a knot. The homeowner on the other side is doing something with power tools. That house over there was just built recently. The last time I went fishing here last year, I could hear bulldozer sounds from them building the whole time. Oh, I don't like it when the monofilament gets tangled up in the braid. It can be hard to see what's going on. Oh, I think I got it. There's another tangle here. There we go, there we go. I think I got it. Okay. This is raw fishing footage here today, folks. Okay. So hopefully this line doesn't break and I can get it out there. Okay. The scented eggs are in. And now I gotta quickly get the power dough in. If the scented eggs get a bite before the power dough is even in, that wouldn't be a fair test, would it? Okay. The power dough is in. Okay. And there's lots of slack in the power dough line like I like to have. But I didn't get my favorite amount of slack in the scented egg line. So get a little more slack in here. And the race is on. The race is on. Okay, that took about 2 minutes and we are getting bites on the power dough line. I don't know if anything is hooked, but something is definitely playing with this line. It could be hooked in... Oh shit, we better not be getting a bite on the other... Oh shit, we got... Oh god, I hope I don't catch over my limit. We got a bite on both lines. Oh no, what am I gonna do? I got bites on both lines and I'm already at my limit. Okay, let's reel in the power dough line. Okay, there's nothing on the power dough line. So hopefully there's something over there on the power egg scented line, because we're not going to be able to continue with this experiment with two lines in the way they're biting. I could end up with over my limit. No, nothing on this line either. But both lines were being bit. I think the only way we can do this experiment now and not risk me going over my limit of fish is give each line like 5 minutes at a time. Oh, maybe I'll risk it and put the other one back in. I mean, I probably won't catch two fish at the same time, although that's exactly what happened when I first got here. Okay, yeah, let's put the power dough line back in and hope that they don't both catch a fish at the same time so I don't get in trouble. Okay, power dough back in. Something started biting at the power dough line before it even had a chance to sink, but it did not hook. And over here on the egg line, there is no slack. But I don't think anything is biting. And there's a little bit of wind making things confusing. Okay, something just jumped over here on the power dough line. So I'm going to reel in. Well, I'm not sure. Is it on? Oh, let's make sure if something's on here. Something jumped over here and I think it's on this line. Yeah, fish on. Fish on, fish on. So I'm going to actually just leave that right there and hope the fish doesn't get off and quickly reel in the power egg line, because I don't want to accidentally catch more than my limit of fish here today. So if I land the fish over there on the power dough line, then that means that today the Power Dough is the winner. Let's go see if this fish is still on. It is. Okay. Oh, it got off. So now which one is the winner? Oh my gosh. Okay, start over again. I'm just gonna put this right back out there. I mean, I think the Power Dough is probably the winner because the fish was almost to the shore. I actually saw it get off, right? So I think that means the Power Dough is the winner. But let's put them both back in again. Should probably put them in different spots because maybe the spot over there where the Power Dough is just a better spot. Okay, throw this in. No, I'm gonna put the eggs back. I'm not gonna leave this cast in because we've got a fish on the other line again. Let's just leave this out. I think the Power Dough is going to be the winner. There we go. That was a good bite. I'm gonna set the hook this time. There we go. I'm not gonna mess around. Oh, it feels big for this lake. It's fighting pretty good, but this is my little lightweight Lamoglass rod. Let's see if we can go over here and stay out of the bushes. There we go. Doesn't matter if the homeowner sees us now because we're at our limit. There we go. Number 5. All right. So the winner today is Power Dough. And I hope that showed up okay. The little screw that holds my GoPro mount on is not with me today. Oh, slimy. Number 5. Let's put you out of your misery. There we go. So here we go. There we go. 5 little fish, and I don't even think we've been here an hour, and I stopped to have a cup of coffee. Pretty cool. I think I'll take them home to clean them because I want to fillet them, and these little fish can be kind of tricky to fillet neatly, and I can do a better job of that at home on my fish cleaning table. And when I get home, I'm going to do something about this braided line that broke. It's just getting frayed. So I think what the problem is braid gets frayed. Braid's also expensive, so I hate to cast out a whole reel's worth of line, or throw out a whole reel's worth of line. But this reel is actually quite full. Look at that. It's almost too full, so if I get rid of the line all the way up to my Unity knot, I'll be good. In fact, you know what? I should do that here. I can cut the bait off my line so nothing bites it, and then with the lead on the end, cast out there far enough to get past the break in my line, and then I can pull it in by hand. I can't do that at home. I don't have enough room. I'd get tangled up if I tried to cast out like that at home. So yeah, I think, oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't even do that though, because the Fish and Wildlife is watching. Maybe it's not even worth the risk, because even with no bait on it, if they're watching and because they sit, you know, on the shorelines with binoculars, and if they see me cast again, they might come rushing over here and I'd have to explain, well, look, there's no bait on it. I'm just trying to get a knot out of my line. Yeah, not worth it, not worth it. I'll just cast down the logging road, I guess. Yeah, don't want to take any risk. Okay, wow. Well, I don't know what state my hair is in, but I'll go ahead and let you see my face quickly. I guess people like to see people's faces. So, here we go. Hey, thanks for watching our crazy fishing video this morning. Wow, that was some serious insanity. That was a fun little experiment, and I don't think it proved anything, because I think these fish here would have eaten anything today. So we can still fail to reject the null hypothesis, because we caught more fish on the dough than on the eggs. But if we get our limit, we're always going to catch more fish on one than the other, because we're only allowed to have an odd number of fish. So I'm going to wrap my fishing poles up here and hike on out of here and go home and clean my fish. There they are. 3 on the Power Dough and 2 on the Power Eggs, and I don't think it took half an hour to catch all those, maybe even counting my coffee break. How crazy is that? That's insane. All right, thanks for watching. Please keep commenting. I love the comments. I think I saw a fish jump over there. I'm not distractible, not at all. Okay, try again. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye-bye.